Answers to this puzzle's clues are to be entered horizontally and vertically without regard to heavy bars, though, which means basically any lines currently in the grid. Though, if bars were used to show where entries begin and end, their pattern would be the same if the grid rotated 180 degrees, so it's normal crossword symmetry. Some letters are unchecked, i.e. used by only one entry. That's normal, that's fine. Clues are given in no special order under the number of the innermost ring occupied by any of their letters. So, if we have an entry here, that will be under clue 1, under ring 1, because that is the innermost ring it visits. If we have a clue here, it would be given under 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would be given into ring 5 because it visits, 1, 2, 3, 4, ring 4, because that is the innermost ring it visits. So clues are grouped by their innermost ring that they visit. That is going to be an interesting thing to deal with. To get you oriented, the answer to the first clue in ring 1 is an across. But we're not necessarily told it is there, we're just told it is an across. Because otherwise, actually, you could flip the whole puzzle about the main diagonal. So that actually has to be there to disambiguate. When all the answers have been entered, 4 unclued entries will be seen to occupy the central row and central column. I did column and row the wrong way around there, but it doesn't matter. 2 of these will show who shot what. The other 2, when made to share the properly filled central square, will indicate the target of the shooting and its outcome. One answer is capitalised. I'm immediately calling William Tell. I'm immediately calling that. It just feels like target practice. We're trying to get that. It's probably nothing to do with that. But anyway, so we will get some extra things along the middle row and column. Allow me first to go with all the clues. When I get stuck, it'll be over to you. Good evening, effrontery. Hope you're doing well. Let's start with the ring 1s, which, because they're ring 1, must go around the outside. They don't visit any other ring, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So, Mr. Burt, yes. Yeah, there's plenty of options, it turns out. We know that 1A is an across. We don't know where it goes in here, but it is an across. Company 1's taking 50 pops. Company 1's taking 50 pops. Okay, yes, I have 1A. Ooh, yeah, that's entirely possible. Go with 1A. Let's get this one under our belt, because we know. I was going to say we know where we can put it. We don't. We just know that it goes in the across. Anyway, I like a good soda. Oh, I haven't got the cans ready, have I? I haven't got the cans ready. But this is colas. Company is CO. 1's is A's. 1 is A in this instance. And 50 is L in Roman numerals. Put that in the middle. And you get colas. Those are pops. We don't know where they go. Very annoying. In 2 seconds, check shots. In 2 seconds, check shots. So 2 seconds will be an S and an S. Check. Try. If you check, you make sure, you reassure. Well, yeah, I'm so sorry, Frederick. Now that you're here and paying attention. Check. Checkmate, check. Check could be a check pattern in 2 seconds, which is an S and an S. And then we get shots. So shots are stabs. Can a check be a... Yeah, tab, can't it? I think it could be stabs. Sorry, I just realised now that you're paying attention. Hi, Frederick, could you... Oh, well. Hey, look, you're making me cough. Justice is served. Do you have stabs, Caroline? That's what you thought. Good. We don't know where it goes, though. So this is going to be... I have no idea how we're going to do this. Transmitted live band on the radio edited. Transmitted live band on the radio edited. So, band on the radio is probably... Well, I was going to say probably, but maybe not. AM or FM, because that's a band on the radio. So it could be AM or FM. And then edited could be like amended or something. Amended. No, it's 7 letters and it's a 6. Transmitted live, I thought was going to be the definition. Banned on the radio. Now, it could just be stripe, but heard out loud, or a word meaning band, group, or something like that, and we just hear it out loud. Transmitted live, on air. No, got to come back to that one. Waterfall's got it, though. Going to ignore you. Much like I always ignore effrontery. Stole around £1 in Panamanian currency. Stole around £1 in Panamanian currency. I thought it was the dollar in Panama. A pound. So is that going to be ALB? And if a stole could be a boa. Oh, that's good. He's got it, everyone. It is not. Well done, Catus. I'm assuming it's Balboa. Go for it. Oh, now what is... That is a... Who is that? Effrontery. Who is that? It's a good thingy, whatever it is. So a pound is ALB, pound being LB as an abbreviation, and a boa is a stole, as in a feather boa. And they must have the Balboa as the currency. So... That doesn't help. That doesn't help. I have absolutely no idea who that is. Ego, involved in action and thought. It's a game show. I should be able to get it if it's a game show, but I don't know it. You're right. It's a very young Mark Summers. You're right. So it's probably from Celebrity Squares, based on the fact that it's Mark Summers. I would guess with Celebrity Squares. Ego, involved in action and thought. Ego is probably I. Me, something like that. So I or me, involved in action. If action was deed, then you could have deemed. Yeah, it is that, in fact. An action is a deed, and if you thought of someone, thought something of someone, you deemed them. They were thought worthy. They were deemed worthy. So deed with me in becomes deemed. So that's that. Plaster burn with bit of mud. Yep, happy with F. Plaster burn with bit of mud. I am going to quickly nip off to behind the monitor. Woohoo! Oh, thank you, Chris M. Dixon. Thank you. Just as I run away, I deem you very worthy. Thank you, Chris, for the lovely subscription. Woohoo! And I've now got my cans ready for nothing, because we don't have a 7 down. Go with F. Go with F. It's not... You don't sear meat, but if you burn it a little bit, you char it. And then a bit of mud. First letter of mud, M. And you get charm. Oh, hang on. Why is a plaster a charm? I swear that first word was like an amulet or something like that, and then I read the clue again, and it isn't. But burn is char, and a bit of mud is M. It's definitely charm. If you plaster someone, do you charm them? Let's have a look in the dictionary. Is it? So plaster, soft mixture of sand and cement. Yes. To cover a wall, to apply a plaster cast. It's a bomb or a shell. Plaster of Paris, calcium sulfate. To smear, to bedaub. I'm not seeing charm though. To smooth the hair down, to smooth with over. So it could be sort of to charm, to plaster over, to charm. I don't like it, but I don't think he's picked the wrong word, have I? Oh no. Burn is sear, singe, smear. It's with a bit of mud, so it's not next to a bit of mud. The bit of mud has gone in it. Put the bit of mud in it. M in sear for smear, thank you. And if you plaster something, you daub it, you smear it. Moving on before anyone else notices that. Assures the security of commandos in the Navy. Assures the security of commandos in the Navy. I am happy with G. Good evening, Serial. Oh, good evening, Meredith. He says, for bumping his hand into his cans, giving himself a mini panic attack yet again. Good game, everyone. Yes, good game. If you got G, tell me that it's a good game. Good game, all. Go for G. Go for it. So does that mean, Catus, that we will have... It is seals, yes. If you assure something, you seal the deal. So that's a seal, and the commandos in the Navy are... assure the security of, you seal an evidence bag, I guess. That is more like that, isn't it? And commandos in the Navy, those are also seals. So are you saying, Catus, that it has to start in one across? One of the entries must be... Oh, yeah, because we've got a 5 and a 6, and that's 11, and this is an 11 by 11 grid. So if we've got a 5 and a 6, a 5 and a 6, a 5 and a 6, and a 5 and a 6, it will be packed, as Catus says. So it'll be a 5 and a 6. That is the only way we can fit everything in. They have to work like that. Okay, cool. That's good. That's good. And we know that colas... So therefore we know that colas either goes here or it goes here, because we know it's an across. If there's nothing... If this doesn't start with C, and if this doesn't start with C, we know that it must go here, because we need something else that starts with the same letter as this across. Oh, it could be in row 11. The first clue in ring 1 is an across. You're quite right. I assumed it had to be at the top. It doesn't, does it? It could be down there. How... Hex. Cipher in sounds of bells and drums. Cipher in sounds of bells and drums. Sound of bells. Peals. Dong. Ding. There's another word for bell sounds that I can't think of it off the top of my head. Cipher. Code. Sounds of bells. Tings. Drums. Could a drum be a sting? Cipher in sounds. Okay, well, there's quite a few of these, irritatingly, that end in S. That's quite annoying. Because that probably means that we'll have an S here, and something will go here, and something will go here. Though we do need a 5 and a 6, and these are all... And the ones with S are both 5, so we do... no. Could have a... If you have a 5 here and a 5 here, you'd have a 5 here and a 5 here, because we do remember we do have a 180-degree symmetry. Hey, good work, Catnip. It's a good game. Cipher can be 0. Okay. That is a hint, but it's fine, because that doesn't help me yet. So, dings can become doings, but that's not drums. I forgot that cipher could be 0. Drums. First letter of H, please. I mean, think Big Bell. Big Ben. And drums. If you drum, you hit, you bellow. Oh, hang on. No, bellows isn't right. Second letter, please. Sounds of bells. Ooh. Oh, there's your O. The O for the cipher. Well, I want bongs. I don't want bongs. I want bongs. Okay, first row phrase. And drums. Bongos. Oh, there you go. Thank you. So it's bongs with another O in. So the O that we're inserting is the other O. So there we go. So the bongos and Balboa could go at the start here. Stabs and seals or smear. Do we have C? Does anyone have C? Just could it be really useful? It would be very, very useful, in fact. First letter, please, Hollow, then. Because at the moment, the only common letter to more than one answer is S. B. Transmitted. Broadcast. Live could just be on. Transmitted. Sent. Live band on the radio. Edited. Now, what if it is a particular band? Second letter, please. What if it's a particular band? Duran Duran. That does not start with B. B-E. Next. Transmitted. Beamed. Hang on. It's beamed. Because if you transmitted something, you beamed it. Live band on the radio edited. Now. Band on the radio is am. Edited is ed. And you live, you be. There you go. So live is be, to exist. Band on the radio am. And edited is ed. Okay, so, irritatingly, we could now also have the 6 and the 6 here. So, but the fact that we've got all these is a really good start, so that when we now deal with the inner rings, we should hopefully be able to do something with them. So, ring 2. So we have all these 8 clues. 7, 7, 4, 6, 6, 5, 4, 5. And what this means is that they can start in ring 1, they can be entirely in ring 2, but they can never visit any of these inner rings. So no ring 3 or inner, they just stay here. But some of them are absolutely going to intersect with ring 1. Head of Oscars wearing awful semi-transparent fabric. I have an idea, but I'm not certain. Awful. So I'm thinking it's either that. I'm going to go with that. Is that a fabric? Because that is O, the head of Oscars is the letter O. Wearing awful. Well, awful is sort of the wrong way around, isn't it? But vile. And that is a fabric. Cool, that must be a semi-transparent fabric. Any of several kinds of thin, semi-transparent material, from the French for veil. Well, voile. Voile. Spot, double agent. Spot, double agent. Mole. A mole is a spot on like a face or a body. It's a, it's a marking, isn't it? And then a double agent is a mole. Got that one. Gold stamp. Gold framed stamp. It's so long. Yes, I'm happy with this one. Gold framed stamp is so long. So long. I'm going to give you a first letter. It's an A. Go for C. So gold framed. So gold is AU and it's going to go around something. And it's going to go around a stamp or a die, as in, not to die, as in to perish, but as, a stamp is also known as a die, like a die-cut thing. And it's AU with die in the middle. Adieu. Former look adopted by caprice. Now, caprice, if you're capricious, you're sort of flaky, aren't you? You're not reliable, if I think right. So former is probably X. Look, espy, see. No, look, adopted by caprice. Is it hidden? Capricious. Flaky. What does a French Fred Flintstone when he leaves? Yabba dabba dieu. That is excellent, Hans. You get a rim shot. That's terrible. Yes, Meredith. It's just another term for it. It's as in a stamp, as in a pressing stamp, as in a die cut. Yeah. So your jigsaws, for example, will be stamp cut or die cut. They're sort of interchangeable, although I'm not sure you can use it in that instance. Caprice. Capiche? Unpredictable. Unpredictable is what capricious means. Caprique. Not sure. Former. Once. Look. Low. So what if it's whim in low in whim? It isn't. Willom isn't. Okay, let's move on to E. Pale-skinned person out on bail. Pale-skinned person out on bail. Oh, that's albino. That is an anagram. Out is your anagram indicator. On bail, anagram indicator is your out, and then anagram that. An albino. Pale-skinned person. Property of food ordinarily. Okay. He's dinging the dinger. He's dinging the dinger. Go for F. Go for F. Oh, duh. It's an odour. It's a property of food. Ordinarily, it is literally hidden in it. Odour, and it is a definition. It's an anlit, so it also means the definition. And an odour is a property of food ordinarily. 29 is a rude word, as in something we would no longer use, Catus? Or, what do you mean by that? Oh, okay. That's a shit. Oh. First letter then, please. Let's go back to D. X low. W, okay. So, whim? Look is like low. So, wolim? Is that a thing? Next letter, please. It's not a word. Okay, it is... Oh, yeah, of course it is. Sorry, I got my vowels wrong around. Okay, and that's not a word we would use today, is it? I will not say it out loud then. No, it's archaic. Well, Chambers says archaic and not derogatory, but it means formally, as in it used to be formally. Chambers just says archaic, but anyway, let's move on. Second-rate pasta is for dogs. Second-rate pasta is for dogs. Okay, yeah, I've got that. That's quite fun. Second-rate pasta is for dogs. You don't want to eat it, give it to your dog. Evening, Bear Pig. Evening. Second-rate pasta is for dogs. So second-rate, it's not the A list, it's B grade for second-rate. Pasta, we're going to use a rice-like type of pasta. And then is. I've got it starting as B, Coolio. So, an orzo is your pasta, and then is, and you get your dogs. Cannoli. No, I think I'm happy with Bozzois. Second-rate pasta is for dogs. It is a very nice surface. Last of the ring 2 clues. Outline in favour of going back into reactor. Outline in favour of going back into reactor. So in favour is probably pro. And it's going back. So pro backwards is AWP. Into a reactor. A 4-letter term for a reactor. Outline. An outline might be a precis. Forget how you say it. A summary. A silhouette. Outline. Summarise. Okay. Now, if you pair them up, 7, 4, 6, 5. Is that it? Yeah, 7, 4, and 6, 5 twice. That's 2 sets of 11 lengths. Those are both 11, which means that they must use all of these squares in this pattern. So based on that, we should be able to do good stuff. So I'm going to very quickly just make you quite small so I can see both of you. I'm aware that it's now probably prohibitively small for you. Because we need, so if while went there, we need a V in the second position here, but there isn't. So we know that that while can't go there. Mole, there is an M, so it could be smear and mole. Adieu, there's going to be an A, isn't there? Yeah, okay, so we can't build it off of that. Well, we could continue. If this was mole, then we need an M. We need an O here. That's easy. That's easy to satisfy. Okay. We don't have a V in any of these letters, so we know that voile doesn't go here, 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 or here. It has to go at the back end. And that's actually very useful, isn't it? We now know that this letter here is L. Is that right? I think I now know that that is an L. That's my first letter in the grid. They've all got to stick out. They've all got to stick out into ring 1. Oh, but I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Top right could be L. But voile can't go here or here or here or here. So it. Okay. Oh no, you're right. It could go there or there, couldn't it? Yeah. So borzois. That's a difficult word. Where can that go? Can't go here. There's no B in the second position. Equally, it can't go here. Is there a B? There is a stabs here. Willom. There's no W in this outer thing, so Willom also doesn't stick out towards the front. I think we also need more of the ring. So let's look at ring 3. Ring 3. What this means is the clues will reach in to ring 3. They might be entirely within the ring 3. They might extend out to ring 1, but they can never visit the inner bit of rings 4 and 5. And I was going to ask Katus if you could calculate that. So in the structure for this is going to be this then. We have the full 44 squares. Okay, thank you very much, Katus. It's almost like they've done that to help us, so thank you, Hex. Dance band's leader riding in big car. Dance band's leader riding in big car. So I need... Band's leader is B. Is there a samba that's a car? Because samba's a dance. There's also, isn't a mambo? Oh, a limo. Limo, that's your dance. That's your car. A limo is a very big car. A very, very big car in the country. Put a B in it for the band leader and you get a dance. The limbo. Bizarre meandering route. Happy with B, go for B. See you, hello. Have a good afternoon. Anagram of route, because it is meandering. If something is bizarre, it is outre. And well done, Meredith, for putting the accent on it. I haven't here because I can't be bothered. Fine, I can be bothered. I can be bothered. There it is. Did I zoom back in? That seems big. Let's keep it. No, that is where they are. Old Fifth of Scotch, seen in recent find. Old Fifth of Scotch, seen in recent find. Now, the fifth letter of Scotch is C. So it's not talking about a measure of Scotch, I would imagine. It's talking about the letter C. If something was recent, it's new. Find. I feel like the definition is find. We're going to have O is old. The fifth of Scotch is C, but it's going to be in a 4-letter term for recent. And it's going to mean find. So come across, occur, discover. Going to come back to C. D, showed most of portion of deliverance. Showed most of a portion of deliverance. Something's going on here. I don't think it's a hidden. Going to come back to it. E. Sound from a horse thief. Sound from a horse thief. Okay, yes, I've got this. At least I assume I've got it. Let's see what you think. I think this is a rustle, because that is a sound, and if you're a horse thief, you're a rustler. So, a sound from a horse thief would be a rustle. What do we think? What do we think? Do we like? Do we not like? I was wondering about neigh to start off with, but it can't be that. It can't be whinny. So I think it's rustle. For auditors, change site for forming a union. For auditors, change site for forming a union. So auditors, auditory, it's going to be a sound out loud clue. Change site, so relocate, move, forming a union. Wed? Wedding? It's not rustle. Boo. I like rustle. It's more like cattle rustling. That's my main quibble about it. But you know, there might be a horse mixed up in the cattle. It might identify as a cow. Well, I'll delete it anyway. For auditors, change site for forming a union. Oh, aisle. A site for forming a union is an aisle, isn't it? No, an altar. There you go. So it's going to be AR. So to change it to alter ALTER, we say that out loud and it sounds like alter ALTAR. And that is a site for forming a union. The correct answer will look very correct. Interesting. Mom catches black snake. Isn't this a mamba? Which I thought A was. Yeah, mama with B for black in it, which you get on pencils. Now HB is hard black, 2B, 2 black. So B for black in mama for mum. And you get a snake. A mamba, also a dance, but not the dance in clue A. Spam is scattered here and there. Spam is scattered here and there. Here and there. Why can't I solve it? Oh, okay. I think I know. Go for H. It can be K, it can be B, it can be a few things. Sorry if I said usually. Yeah, black and white in Roy G. Biv. Oh, no, it's not. It's B is blue in Roy G. Biv. I've got Passim. Yes, it's an anagram. It's definitely an anagram. It's spam is scattered. So it's an anagram of spam is. And the only thing that I can think of is passim. And I think that must just mean here and there. Dictionary says everywhere, throughout, or dispersedly. And it's from the Latin. So that works. Now, is there anything that I could do with that? So it's a 6 and a 5. I'm just going to keep on going, you know. Let's hope that ring 4 has the same full structure. No, it does not. It's got 5, 5, 5, and 5, but that doesn't necessarily mean it is these 5. It could be all of these, but it might not be. It can, because that would class as ring 4. Thank you, Cadus. We will come back to that. Warn the French in pictures. Warn the French in pictures. Can pictures be arm? Absolutely, Faddy. I would agree with that. That is the only time I've ever seen it. Eyes pass him, so it's distributed here and there. Can pictures be arm? Because I want this to be alarm. If you warn someone, you alarm them. Or alert. Oh, flippin' heck. So close. Alarm isn't right, but alert is. The French is le, and pictures is art. Put le in art, you get alert for warn. With a disc pinching, the guy was hurting. With a disc pinching, the guy was hurting. What? The disc is probably letter O. The guy. He? So achy then. If you were hurting, you'd be achy, which can be 5 like that. Ached. There we go. There we go. So the disc isn't the letter O, it's a CD. The good old format of the CD. I am a big fan of physical media. You could see that I have a lot of DVDs and books and things like that. There is a place for an ebook and things like that. I find it more useful to take those away when I'm travelling. But just so that I don't have to worry that my favourite streaming service is going to take it off in 2 weeks' time. So I'm not going to be able to finish my series. So it's he, the guy, in a CD. A disc is a CD, and was hurting, ached. Made even uncle in time embarrassed. Made even uncle in time embarrassed. Yes, happy with that. Go for C. So the definition is made even. Uncle can be you, I assume, like you as an abbreviation. In time embarrassed. If you're embarrassed, you are red. So T and then red. T for time. And then we're going to put a U in that for uncle. Trued, if you made it true. If you trued something, you made it even. Matt! I don't know why I did that. Good evening. Hope you are doing well. Are you back in the UK? Because I saw that you were doing fun, travel-y things recently. So I hope you had good technological travels. A Latin love returned perfume. A Latin love returned perfume. Go for it, Serial. Go for it. D. Okay, I know what the answer is, but I don't know why. Oh, no. Okay, I think it must be aroma. Do we agree? Oh, hello, California. Oh, hang on, 8 hours, so it is just after midday. Good afternoon to you, sir. I hope your technological things are technologically well. Is it aroma? A Latin, amora reversed. A plus amor reversed. Thank you, as in Casa Amor. Gotta love a Love Island. Is it even going at the moment? Is it even on? And a perfume is an aroma. Ring 5. What have we got in here? Oh, we might have a full ring 5. Is that 11? 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5. We've got a full ring structure for ring 5, which means it's going to look like... Well, not like that. Very much not like that. Sort of... I mean, if I... Oh, my lord. You know what I mean. It's the full ring structure. So it is the... No, you can't be bothered. But you know what I mean. Okay, that could go in there, apparently. Fair enough. Well, we shall see later. Thank you. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt. I'm glad you're admiring my ring. Split stick. Split stick is a... That's a double definition. Just I don't know the answer to either of them. Stick, adhere, twig, branch. Branch. A stick. If you split, you branch, and a stick is a branch. Ding! Talk it out, and it works. Dread president's ultimate mistake. Dread president's ultimate mistake. The ultimate mistake is E, the last letter of mistake. And I need a 5-letter president. Nixon. Can't be Trump. This was published in 2003. So it can't even be Obama. Bush with a lot of S's in. What's brown and sticky? A branch. Dread. If you dread, you can't. You don't look forward to something. Oh, okay. No issues my end that I can see. So give it a bit of a refresh. Go for the first letter of B if you've got B, Faddy. But yeah, please let me know if things do break. I see nothing my end though. T. Truman. Dread. Dread is terror. Oh, I've done it the wrong way round. It's terror. Go for B and go for Y. As in WHY. Why is it terror? It is terror. It's definitely terror. President's ultimate is T. So the ultimate doesn't go with mistake. It goes to president's. The president's ultimate is T, and a mistake is an error. So that you get terror, and that is dread. Oakland Ball Club breaking Harper's contract. Harper is probably Lee. Oakland Ball Club. That probably requires a bit of knowledge, but I'm going to go it's the A's, isn't it? It's the A's. A apostrophe S. That must be the Oakland Ball Club, because Harper is Lee, and a contract is a lease. So it must be the A's. So it is lease. Heads of Orion and Universal, along with Disney, backing ban. Heads of Orion and Universal, along with Disney, backing ban. I've got D. Short for athletics. So they are called the Athletics, aren't they? Fair enough. Heads of Orion and Universal, along with Disney, backing ban. Anyone got D? Go for D when you get it. So the heads of Orion and Universal are O and U. So we're going to take O and U. Along with Disney. Name a famous Disney. Correct. It is Walt. Reverse Walt because it is backing. So it's OU and Walt backwards for outlaw, but spelt correctly. Well done, Faddy. Performed 2001 in bed. 2001 is MMI. So bed. So it's going to be a 3-letter term for a bed. A cot. There you go. Say all the things out loud and it works. So a bed is a cot. MMI is 2001. And to perform something is to commit. To commit an act. To perform an act. I could eat 2001 donuts. Also, I would just be in bed for an entire year. I would be that person. I would be Sloth in 7. And I'd love every single second of it. Independent votes against symbols. Yep, happy with F. Independent votes against symbols. Go for F then. Independent could be I. And a vote against, it's not a pro. It's a con. I nays, absolutely. Icons, and those are your symbols. Brace coastline, sure, right? If you brace something up, you shore it up, and a coastline is a shore. And finally, O for a musical show. O for... okay, fine. O for a musical show. O for a musical show. Go for H. Faddy's all over these clues. Well done, Faddy. And catnip. Yes, catnip! Opera. So 4 is per, as in £3 for a thing. £3 per thing. So O is literally the letter O. 4 is per. A is A, and your musical show is an opera. Now, can we do anything with that? Probably. There's a W in one of these, and I have absolutely no idea how to go about bringing this all together. Let's go back to the clues that we haven't got yet. Because then what I'll do is I'll make a list of ring 1, ring 2, ring 3, ring 4, ring 5, and then it'll just be fitting it all together. So, C. Katie says this first letter, please. First 2 letters, given that I know that the first letter will probably be O. 2H was Meredith. Okay, so I'll do 2H in a second. But I remember 3C. LO, interesting. So it's locate. Oh, recently of late. There you go. So recent is late. O and C. Old is O. Fifth of Scotch is C. In recent, which is late, and a find is locate. 2H, Meredith, first letter, please. Outline in favour of going back into reactor. I mean, I thought that was going to be AWP for pro backwards, but I'm not certain. Meredith is the first letter, C. Reactor, an enzyme, a chemical. A core could be a reactor. So core, and with like pro in it. Corpor is, I mean, that feels like a word. It is not a word. Crawpe. What? It is? Alright then, okay. I will make sure that I don't watch it serial. Corpor can't be a... It's not in chambers. But it's got to be core. Oh, it's not por, is it? It'll be AWP. No, I've done the AWP there. So what if it was there? Cororp. Cororp. Nope. Second letter, please, Meredith. It'll be an O. It'll absolutely be an O, won't it? It's ablative single for corpus. What, as in corpor? Oof. Ugh. It's not even in chambers. That's horrible. That's horrible. Ugh. Okay, did we get everything in rings 1 and 2? We did. Okay, so ring 3. We go to E, first letter, please. Mens sans incorpore sano. Okay, fine. I. You want 2H to have the second letter I. 2H is passim. No, that's... Ooh. First letter, please, for 3E. I'll put a question mark next to this. Sound from horse is a neigh. Horse thief. Thief? Second letter, please. What is this sound? Sound from a horse. N-E? N-I. Oh, a knicker. Oh. Yeah, we needed that, didn't we, Stephen? We needed that. Yeah, a knicker is another sound from a horse, but with a... I'm assuming with a K in front. I'm not sure, actually. Yeah, it must be. And then someone who steals is a nicker. It's a nick. Yeah, I prefer Russell. I prefer Russell. Does anyone have D? I have a horrible feeling Holler, who's not here now, had D, unfortunately. Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just nicker. It is spelt as is for the sound from a horse. Anyone got 3D? Anyone in 3 dimensions? What I'm going to do now is just gonna colas, stabs, beamed, Balboa, deemed, smear, seals, bongos. So that is ring 1. Ring 2. Oh, copy and paste. Put there. Ring 3. Because now, essentially, we've basically got a jigsaw puzzle. Done that one. Don't want to do it again. Ring 4 is that. And ring 5 goes there. And I tell you why they probably made ring 5 the easiest. I'll tell you why. Because I think they meant for you to build it from the inside out. That's what I reckon they'll have wanted you to do. So... just neatening things up. Have I missed one of 3? Yeah, we didn't. We're missing 3D. We're missing that. Alert, ached, trude, and aroma. Yeah, that does. Whoops. No, I did not want to be on line 1 million or whatever it was. Hello, Liari. Good evening to you. We've finished solving the clues, pretty much. It's now time for Jigsaw O'Clock. The ring number indicates the innermost ring that it goes through. So if it is a ring 1, it can only visit ring 1. If it's ring 2, it can be in rings 1 and 2, like this, and so on and so forth. So how on earth do we do this? Indeed, Stephen, you could almost guarantee that we're going to pick the wrong direction. Outlaw. So we know that we have 44 letters in 5, so it's going to do that. Outlaw. Nothing has a W in this, so it must be one of these. We also know that Colas goes across. That's the one thing we do know. So it can go there, 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 or there. Colas won't work with any of that. Or at least across. Balboa. Balboa would work. Bongos would work. Both of which are at 5. So if we have outlaw here, which I'm just putting down because we don't know which way, then that would give an L here. So we would have an alert, a trude, an aroma, and an ached. And then hopefully the O would be in the wrong place for that, because Colas would go here or here and put the O there or there. So if we've got outlaw, hopefully we can now find something icons would fit. So icons would fit here. What do we have here? So 4th letter R, which, given the way I've done this, let's left justify them because that's actually easier. It's either Shore or Terror. I will put in bars in a second when I'm happier with things. We know it would have to be a 5, don't we? So it wouldn't actually be Terror, so it would have to be Shore or Opera. Good point. But we know it would be one of the 5s. And then we have here a 6th letter with an E in the 3rd place, which there isn't. So that's not right. 3rd letter would need to be E, and I don't see an E in that 3rd spot for any of them. Can't be Opera. Can't be Opera. It needs to be 6 letters. So that was if I had outlaw correct. Is there anything else that could go here? No. Oh, okay. So therefore, if we have Terror and Lease, then we would need a 5 with the 4th letter as L, which we don't have. We need a C in the 3rd position. So I don't think that's right. I don't think what we've got here is right. Okay. Let's have a look at... Oh, dear. So, let's just pop this in again. I'm going to colour that as light grey just to aid my sight. Outlaw needs to go in here somewhere. O-U-T-L, that would work. Can it go here? It can't. And it can't go... It must go here. Well, that is if, Meredith, maybe this was the assumption that was wrong. Ah, this is going to be the assumption that was wrong. It's not going to be in a ring. Because it could just go like that, and that, and some others. So... What about branch? No. What about commit? Okay, let's have a look at commit. Commit can go there. Commit can't go there because it needs to be the 5th letter of something and there's no 5th letter C. So it can go here because that would be colas across. Colas wouldn't be down. There's got to be T's in things though, doesn't there? Is there a 5th letter T in anything? There's no 5th letter T's. Is there a 1st or 2nd letter T? There isn't. Actually, commit, I think, is unique. I think commit is unique, and colas then goes across here. Wow, might have actually found something. Okay, so we know that we need a 6 here, and it will share its last letter with one of these 5s, which is going to be an S or an R. So what have we got? So terror has to be terror. So terror then goes here and gives us smear. And you are liking the looks of it, are you? I'm seeing a few things coming in. So let's say that that's correct. Terror, commit, smear, and colas. So I'll mark that as yellow. Icons is unique off the eye. Okay. Could it not go here? Oh no, we definitely need a 5. Well, and then a 5. So yeah, sure. S-H-O-R-E, sure. And icons, I will put bars in. So it's icons and sure. So we need opera and lease. They're going to go here and here. We have no information about that at the moment. And we have nothing to do with the others. But row 4, are we now saying that this is actually a ring? Oh, that's true. That's annoying. But aroma, ached, shrewd, and alert. Okay, those are done. Let's put in a few bars. So that's a bar, 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 that's a bar. It's quite a confusing set of bars, really, isn't it? And that did lock shore. Good. We now have opera going here. And therefore lease goes down here. This is looking good. There we go. Oh, whoops. Don't do that. Opera and lease. And surely we can do the others as well. There's your outlaw. And your branch. Is it not branch? I said maybe it's not branch. Yeah. So that clue was split stick. Split stick. or stick split, he says, just checking. Split stick. So it'll be something like that. Split stick. Hold it, Catus. I'll see if we can complete it without it. Okay, let's remove the, whoops, not to change the colour of the font to red. Let's remove that, and what I'm going to do is colour the bands as requested. And hopefully that will help. Okay, we need to put in Balboa as a 6. It could go across or down, couldn't it? But it'll Balboa and bongos goes here, but we don't know which way round they goes. But we know that we have a 6 and a 6, don't we? So I could put in a couple more bars. Just read the chat. What am I doing? I am putting a bar in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because then that is seals, isn't it? And that goes. Oh no, we don't know what. We can't put that in or that in either. It's stabs and seals. It'll be fine. The Peen Opera looks dodgy. Let's see if I put it in this. Is that a better colour? Probably not with the grey. That's not great, is it? Let's try a different colour. Let's try a darker blue. Let's try. That'll do. That'll do, pig. It is marginally better. Okay. Corpore is no longer okay. So I'll put a question mark there. Borzoi. Where does Borzoi go? It's got to go in ring 2. It's got to go here. Borzois. Can it go there? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, must go there. So that is Borzoi. So we can put in that there and that there. So that gives us a P as this first letter. Yes, 2H is that. Of course, if you type something, it ignores everything that you've just done. And what was the other one? 3D. 3D. There we go. And that was 5, whatever. That pin stabs and seals. Okay. We of course won't know what the middle rows are, so that's disappointing. Do we know that is number 4? So I could probably look at 3. Something. This is limbo. Limbo goes here, and outre goes here. Have we got a 6 with that? Well, depends what 3D is, but at the moment we have locate, and that would put Balboa across here. So he's just going for it, folks. He's jumping off the deep end. And that would put bongos down here. And in fact, we've known... No, we don't know. It's beamed and deemed. Well, I could do that. 2. So we got the odour here. And therefore mole must go here. Only 4 letter clues in that set. Nico, is that going to go here for the 3? Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. And then Mamba. Nika and Mamba will go here. So it's 5. I don't know which way deemed and beamed go round in that first ring. That is going to be alter. It does not, Meredith, and I'm not going to allow that. So that, but I saw it. Oh, probably, but yeah, I can't be bothered to work out what the common letters were. Nick and Mamba, alter and passim. So if that was an M, that would be... Oh, flipping heck. Commit and lease. I've got that. Have I not done that here? No, I have. Okay. This is your albino. And Willom. And there's your adieu. And your voile. I did bourgeois. So therefore, this is that other one. Outline in favour of going back into reactor. Do we have this? Go for it. Go for 2H. Outline in favour of, could be profile. Okay. And that gives us arrow for that, which is good. Why is it profile? So it's 4 in favour of his 4, and it's reverse going into a pile reactor. Ooh, I try not to talk about my piles. So that's profile, and that is now in. Limbo and yeah. So this is going to be showed most of a portion of deliverance, so that's going to go there. Commit and lease, and they are here. Yeah, I did notice that they were 7 down. I've just realised why you were referring to them as 7 down. Yeah. Okay, well, this is going to be cleave, because I've spotted what this is. I'm not quite sure. I've got an idea what this word is. Oh, no, yeah, because then that's deemed and that's beamed. So therefore, that is what's going on. Okay. So that becomes... If you showed something you ran, most of a portion is some, and then deliverance is ransom. Do we like that? Because then we've got passim, and then I think that's everything. Are there any bars that I now need to put in? I'm not sure there are, because all the black bars are... There we go. What do I need to put in? What do we need apart? So yes, but black bars. The black bars are all there. Just the ones in columns 4. Well, they're sort of, yeah, they're there from the they're given by the ring stuff, so I'm happy with that. And what do I need to put into here? I need to put a heart. I need to put a heart. 2 of these will show Who shot what? Cupid shot an arrow. The other two, when made to share the properly filled central square, will indicate the target of the shooting. A sweetheart and a heart throb. And what is 7 down in this puzzle? I was getting to it. I hadn't spotted it and had it mentally in my mind. It was a commit. Because we got 1 down, 2 down, 3, 4. No, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's limbo, isn't it? That's 7 down. I think limbo is 7 down. Because there's no down here, and there's no down here. So that limbo is your, what clue is that? Well, that was 7 up. That's a clue of 7 down. 7th column is, of course, commit lease, if you want that as the column. Was this released in February? I think so. January 2003. So close to February. At this point in time, they weren't doing a puzzle every month, because I think the Atlantic had issues every 5 weeks, or there were 2 months. They did 10 puzzles over the 12 months, so maybe they weren't going to get one in the February. But anyway, that is target practice. Cupid firing off his arrow at a sweetheart and a heartthrob. Whoo!